Do you know why you became an athlete in the first place? It's not because you were talented at a young age or your parents put you in sport. It's because you thought it was fun. Somewhere along the way, when competition gets serious, we lose ourselves trying to prove something. But when you play from a place that you enjoy, you perform better. Spaces to play as an adult shrink over time, and I'm forever grateful that I get to continue to play and compete at a high level going into my 30s. This is episode 4 of Chasing the Olympic Dream. Lake Placid bound for the weekend. It is Friday, June 27th. The plan is to use the ice house tomorrow on Saturday, get some practice reps in, familiarize myself with the sled again, get used to just hitting it and taking it down the crest. Sunday I'm gonna rest, and then Monday I'm going to push in the ice house again for a second time. But on Monday's session I'm gonna go all out, push 100%, and try to get some numbers on the books. You know, we're at the end of June here, and Push Champs isn't until September 7th. So it's not all or nothing yet in the ice house, but pressure's high, still anxious, but really excited to get into the ice house and have some fun.
We are at Mount Van Hoevenberg, also known as the Ice House. This is where bobsledders train in the summer. This is how we train without winter conditions. It's an indoor facility, and we are very lucky to have it as athletes. It's an amazing resource, and I want to take advantage of it as much as possible. It is my first time back in the ice house since October. I'm really excited to be back here and push again. Let's get warmed up.
So while pushing a sled seems very simple, it actually takes years to master. And warming up for pushing is a skill in itself. Running down the crest with the bobsled, it takes out so many hamstrings. And if your body is not warm, you will injure yourself. So prior to even the first push, most athletes are spending about 45 minutes to an hour warming up, then spiking up, and then heading up to the ice house to actually put the sled on the ice. I've never had the ice house all to myself before. It's always during performance camps where there's other athletes and coaches. So this is actually a really incredible experience where I can just push stress-free today and have some fun with it, enjoy it, test some things, not have to worry about the judgment of others, and just be myself. Really excited about today's session. Most athletes have a different starting position on how they hit the sled, but what happens next is what matters most. Dropping the knees down to the sled and having your shins parallel to the ice, pushing off with both feet as if you're doing a broad jump off the blocks really matters here. After the first step, you have that turnover with your hands where you're trying to stay connected to the sled. Yes, you want to get the sled out in front of you as fast as possible, but not so far that you're no longer pushing it. Your hips and the sled should be moving at the same speed. Then we're looking for big, long, powerful strides, trying to cover as much ground as possible. Honestly, first day back in the ice house, I was happy with these. It was like riding a bike. Sunday, June 29th, going to the track, doing a little shakeout with Nick and Anna. Nick is one of the US skeleton guys, and Anna is a skeleton athlete for the Czech team. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure she's a 2-time Olympian. Nick and Anna are together as a couple. So excited to have some company, stretch, recover, and just enjoy the day here in Placid. It's a beautiful day here in Lake Placid, 75 degrees and sunny. We are on our way to the ice house. Today is the big day of pushing. I'm not going to do any blogging in the ice house. Once I get there, I'm going to be completely focused on my warm-up and pushing all out, hopefully getting some good numbers. But I'll be taking videos of my pushing for technique purposes, and I'll include those in the video for you guys, and also just do a voiceover on what the whole experience was like. So here we go. Back at the ice house, I had some company for the session. Some resident athletes, Bailey, Martin, and Dylan were pushing, and then we also had Coach Hines there giving feedback to everybody. So cutting right to it, I did not get the times that I was looking for. I felt like I was prepared. I'm the fastest I've ever been at the track. I'm the strongest I've ever been in the gym. But there was a disconnect behind the sled. Not sure if it was central nervous system not being primed, or maybe just not enough sport-specific practice, or maybe even the ice conditions, because that plays a important role in our sport. But I don't want to blame anything out of my control. I only want to focus on what I can. And getting ready for the next Lake Placid trip, I'm focused on all of those things. I'm having bobsled practice twice a week, where I'm focused on technique and pushing and applying force into the ground, whether that's with a prowler or a curved treadmill or out of the track. Just a lot more sport specificity. Then I'm also taking supplements like ashwagandha to lower cortisol at night and in the morning. I'm not having any caffeine until push champs in September to reset my adrenal glands and try to get the most out of that. I'm doing all of these things to get 1% better. And while none of these things will move the needle by itself, by compounding all of these little variables, I think will make the difference, and I'll be a lot better going forward. Also, tying this back to the intro, is I'm reminding myself that this is supposed to be fun. I'm taking a lot more pressure off myself. The next trip is just gonna be to let loose and enjoy this credible journey that I'm on. You have to believe in yourself no matter what, because your mind sets the tone and the body follows. I'm going back up to Lake Placid this month in August to push again, and then after that, the final chance at this will be September 5th. All or nothing then. Crazier things have happened. I'm not giving up. I'm seeing this all the way through to the end. And if I can pull this off, all of my hard work would have paid off. And if not, I have grown so much as a person and an athlete. I have learned so much about myself, and I can always look back on this journey knowing that I gave it everything that I had and would have no regrets on how I pursued this.